Everything's manipulated by the time it gets to you. A real photo of reality should only have a single vanishing point, but this has two because there are the curved lines that meet at the top. It looks like it says Satan's Mars Lander.
7, 6, 5.
They love
4.
their countdowns, and I guess they have the different sized rocket boosters on purpose. Now, if you look at the holes in the side, is that really supposed to be that way? And for it to be like frozen, cryogenically frozen from the compressed helium probably, or oxygen or whatever, hydrogen maybe. And, you know, it looks like it has holes in it and it's leaking to me. And when something's really cold and then it becomes really hot and then really cold again, that would be a lot of stress. I wouldn't think that they would do that on purpose. And then here you have the wavy lines. That's obviously a manipulation, like Adobe After Effects or some kind of a digital manipulation to make it look like there's heat on the pad or something. But it's actually waving the frame of the picture, which tells you it's a digital overlay that was used in effect. CGI. Okay, the light comes from behind the middle, and then look, even the letters are wavy. I think they use a combination of actual shots and CGI. Okay, the orange lights are on. It's time for the steam to come out, and the orange lights will light up the steam as long as it doesn't get in the way of itself. Okay, the light comes from behind the middle, and then look, the letters are wavy. I'd like the trolls who tell me that I don't know science to explain to me how this explosion produces thrust. And let's assume it's not just CGI. It looks as if there's an explosion that was set off slightly in front of the rocket and nothing is coming out of the thrusters. Nothing. Liftoff of the Illuminati Pyramid, Satan's rocket that it seeks to fabricate evolution and life on Mars, the god of war. And did you know that steam burns? And did you know that rocket exhaust makes steam all the way up to fake space? Look, if it were producing thrust, would that steam just float up in a leisurely way? Or the steam that's coming out of the back of the rocket, would it just hang in the air and not be pushed down? It's laid down at the rate at which the rocket is rising. How do you get thrust out of that? You know? It's like being pulled on a wagon at 5 miles an hour and you throw oranges out the back of the wagon at 5 miles an hour, so they drop straight down on the ground and you're leaving oranges behind you and you're saying, this wagon's moving because I'm throwing out the oranges. So if this is a rocket, why is the exhaust igniting at maybe 10 or 20 yards behind it? How can that produce thrust? And if it's throwing out the rocket fuel and it's not even igniting till it's that far back, what good is it? And it just looks to me like those are just regular jet engines. Hence NASA Jet Propulsion Laboratory and not, you know, NASA Rocket Propulsion Laboratory. Because rocket science isn't science.
But that's part of the job, and we all deal with it different ways.
The Mars Phoenix lander is headed for the north polar region of Mars, and its goal will be to search for habitable regions, places where life may have existed in the past.
The phase that we're in now is called cruise.
Which sounds really easy and laid back, although it's actually a very busy time for the spacecraft teams.
We're busy
It's actually a very busy time for.
Busy.
It's actually a very busy.
Busy.
A very busy time.